Hello everyone, how are we doing today? Now, this stream is going to be very different. I'm streaming to Facebook and Twitch. Now, Twitch, normally that's my little gaming channel, so normally, obviously, you'll be seeing me playing games. We're doing something completely different today. I am part of a fitness company called the Pocket PT, and I wanted to try something different today. This is streaming to my fitness company's page on Facebook as well, and we're just trying something different to talk about everything fitness, everything health, what we do, how we help people, and everything like that. So I know it isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. It really isn't, especially those who have been watching me on Twitch playing games and stuff. This is going to be completely different. However, this is a complete open forum for you to ask any questions about fitness, health, motivation, positivity, mindset, food, nutrition, calories, workouts, whatever it is you want to talk about, we can talk about it today. And it's literally just a little trial. Definitely something I'll be doing on the Facebook page. So it's just a trial for the Twitch side of things. But anyway, I've got a big list of stuff that I want to talk about today. But generally, it's going to be through what you guys want to talk about, whether it's Facebook or Twitch. Just drop any comments or messages about anything that you want to talk about. We're doing this kind of radio podcast style this afternoon, and it's going to be anywhere between half an hour and an hour, depending how many people we get involved, how many people we get chatting, and we're just going to go kind of into it. I mean, if anyone is interested, I can drop links and stuff like that for our website and our Facebook group, because we normally run from Facebook anyway. But over here, we've just got a bunch of sort of some testimonials that we've had from people who have used our services and stuff like that, but it's not really a selling thing. Like, if people are interested, follow the links, have a look, check us out. No obligation, not asking you to do any of that. What I want is to open the floodgates of discussion today. That's the main aim, and to, well, ideally help people out. If people have any questions or anything, then this is the safe forum to go into. And it's a huge, something that we pride ourselves in is that we are completely no BS. We will tell it how it is. We don't try and get you into any weird things or doing things that aren't good for you and stuff like that. And we're going to break a lot of those down today and talk about the stigma on some of them, and what to avoid, what to go for, what works for you, what works for others, etc. Just a bunch of different things to hopefully bring you more info, bring you the stuff that you need to succeed. That's the key. That is the key for today. So, I'm not really sure where to start. Obviously, I've got my list of stuff to go through. So, I think let's start with some basic stuff first, okay? When it comes to fitness goals, losing weight and things like that, there's one big thing that you always need to consider, and that is to not get too obsessed with the numbers. All right, so it is far more important to look at how you feel than the numbers on the scales, the body fat percentages, the calories coming in, going out, all of that jazz. Okay, so the first main point today is happiness. You have to feel good, and that is the main thing about succeeding. And what we do as part of the Pocket PT, it's run by myself and my cousin Ant. It is a sustainable lifestyle change. So this isn't a quick fix. No, because quick fixes don't last. This is something that is going to go on potentially throughout your life, but it's always going to be sustainable, and that's a key word with what we do. The sustainability of it means that it's going to be able to last a long time. You are going to be able to implement this into your daily life to succeed. And when we talk about the opposite of that, let's dive straight into some of the stigmas, some of the myths and stuff to look out for, and that is going to be about dieting. Okay, so the first big topic of today is dieting. So if you are in the chat and you want to participate, you don't have to. You can just sit and chat and watch. Not chat. You can just sit and watch if you want. Don't have a problem with that whatsoever. But if you do want to get involved, let me know in the chat if you've ever been on any diets. Any diet whatsoever, and how have you got on with that diet? Okay, so a lot of common diets out there revolve around the reduction of intake of an item of food. Okay, the main one, the big one that gets the most hate is carbohydrates. There are so many diets out there that ask you to reduce the intake of carbohydrates. All right. So, I mean, let's break this down nice and simply, okay? A lot of people have carbs in their diets. The main carbs that a lot of people have, pasta, rice, and bread, okay? And that goes with everything. You can almost have those three in every meal throughout the day, okay? Carbs are quite high in calories. So people who tend to eat quite a lot of carbs, or normal people who have carbs in their diet, if you were to suddenly cut those out, you'd be eating a lot less calories and you start to lose weight, right? So that's what a lot of these diets do, is they push you towards reducing something that they already know you probably eat a lot of anyway, okay? So when you go onto this diet, you instantly cut out a lot of calories from the stuff that you tend to have in your day-to-day anyway, right? But when you then go off of that diet, because I mean, this is a follow-up question. Any diet that you've ever been on, are you still on that diet? No, not at all. People will diet, go on a diet, off a diet, on a diet, off a diet. When you come off that diet and your brain is no longer constricted to not having those carbohydrates, you then start to have those carbohydrates again, and you've gone X amount of weeks eating less calories because you're having less carbs, to now introducing that back into your diet. Your weight's going to go up because your calories are going to go up, okay? So it's super easy to understand why people do it, because it's quite easy to lose weight when you're not having those calories. But this is where the yo-yoing effect comes in, and it's because you take away something you know you eat, you know you have a lot of, you lose weight. Then you come off that diet and you introduce them back into your food and you gain weight again, okay? So the second point to really hammer home is that calories are king, okay? Calories will enable you to lose weight or gain weight, all right? There's calorie surplus, calorie maintenance, and calorie deficit. Now, I'm sure you can figure out what all those mean. Calorie surplus is you're eating more calories than what you burn, you will gain weight. Calorie maintenance, you're eating the same amount of calories as what you burn, you'll stay the same weight. Calorie deficit is you're eating less calories than what you burn, you will lose weight. Super simple, right? Now, what we teach in the Pocket PT is, when it comes to calories, there's like an ideal amount that you want to try and hit as a calorie deficit, okay? So we're looking at losing weight here. So if you have a calorie deficit of 500, okay, every single day. So let's say you burn 2,500 calories a day, you eat 2,000 calories a day. You will have a calorie deficit of 500, right? If you do that every day for 7 days, 500 times 7, 3,500 calories. That is roughly the amount of calories it takes to burn off 1 pound of fat. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, okay? But if you do that every week, throughout the year, that's 52 pounds of fat lost, okay? Then we're talking some serious weight loss starting to occur. And this is where some people get put off, because they think £1 a week, that's not enough. I want to lose weight now. I want to lose weight quickly now. I don't want to faff with that. I want results now. So yes, can you lose weight quicker than £1 a month? Of course you can. You could lose way more than that a month. But is it sustainable? Definitely not. 100% no. Okay, let's say you lost, I mean, let's go extreme. Let's say a stone in a week. You lost a stone in a week. If you carried that on through a year and lost 12 stone in a year, I mean, all right, let's say, okay, fine. Let's stick to weeks, right? So the equivalent would be 52 stone a year, right? If you lost a stone a week. Now, obviously, that's absolutely impossible. You're never going to be able to lose that much weight in a year, because you'd have to weigh more than 52 stone to start off with. But that is such extreme weight loss. Okay, you will be in such a calorie deficit, your body will just not be working properly. And that's what these kind of crash diets do, right? Not to that extent, obviously, but kind of a safe, sustainable amount of weight loss to lose each week is probably between 1 and 2 pounds. Okay, 1 and 2 pounds a week. You could go slightly over, could maybe lose 3 pounds a week. But if you go too much over that, it then hits the realm of non-sustainable. All right, and you won't be able to do it for a long period of time, which means at some point you're going to crash and you're going to eat whatever it is that you're not eating in order to help bring on that weight loss, and your weight's going to just go up and down. So that's what we mean when we talk about yo-yo dieting. Okay, because I can think of hundreds of people that I've met who have said that they're on a diet. If I spoke to them today, oh, are you still on that diet that you did 3 years ago to try and like get into like beach body ready? They're going to be like, no, of course I'm not on that diet anymore. Diets aren't sustainable. They are, in my opinion, something that was invented and made up to get people to feel like they could take immediate control of their life and get immediate effects towards what they want. There is no education, there is no development into being able to succeed past that diet and into the sustainable lifestyle. So we don't like diets, we hate diets. Diets are bad, okay? But a calorie controlled deficit is good. Is very, very good. Okay, and when it comes to your calories, I'm gonna drop some knowledge bombs. I'm gonna drop some science as well. But yeah, as always, if people want to know anything, ask away. Ask away. Hey Anna, by the way, I've just seen you pop up. I've realised that the messages aren't linking on Facebook, which is a little bit annoying. So it's not popping up into the chat, which is a little bit frustrating. So I apologize for that, Anna. Normally it would pop up on the side. So just hopping on whilst on your break. Nice. Hi Beth, good to see you and speak to you. Weight Watch, Slimming World both work short term but never got to final targets. Okay, so Slimming World and Weight Watchers. This is a sensitive topic for a lot of people. I'm not denying that people have got results on Weight Watchers and Slimming World, because they have. But the education side of it is not enough. Okay, these groups are run by non-fitness professionals, non-nutrition specialists, and they're dictating what you can eat and what you can't eat. And when you look at it, it all seems ridiculous. Now, I'm going to try and talk about this without putting out too much hate, because I know people have got results on these and I know people love it. So fine. But if we can have an open debate, an open conversation about it, even better. So let's take your calorie deficit. let's say you burn 2,500 calories a day. I tell you, you can eat whatever you want as long as you don't go over 2,000 calories a day. So you can eat 2,000 calories a day of pretty much whatever you want, okay? You will lose weight, okay? You will lose weight, right? So how does Slimming World work? Slimming World works the same way a diet works that tries to restrict what you eat, okay? Same with Weight Watchers. It puts a point system or a sin system on food that makes your brain think, this isn't good for me, I'm not going to eat it. And more often than not, those foods are high calorie, high sugar, chocolate, whatever, things like that. So your brain is wired and primed to think that you can't have these things, so you don't. And because you normally have them, you're cutting out food that you normally have, which results in eating less, having more calorie deficit, losing weight. That's basically the bare bones of how Slimming World, Weight Watchers, and any other diet works. Okay, but the thing that really gets me, and this is the part where this is my main opinion on these two groups, is the weekly weigh-ins, okay, and the stigma. Because these places are run by people who are not educated fully, you only focus on weight. And if you haven't lost weight, it's like you're shunned. And there's a huge stigma on that. And it's so negative that it's almost toxic, in my opinion. And that's all I'm going to say on it. All right. But when I say they only focus on the weight, let's dive into that a little bit more. Okay. So when it comes to weight, yes, it is a good indication that you are succeeding, that you are losing weight by weighing yourself and concentrating on what the weight is. Okay. Now, what if I was going to Slimming World, I wanted to lose weight, but I was working out as well. I was doing weight training as well. Now, this is something we can come back to in a minute. I'm going to jot it down so I don't forget. So weight training versus cardio, another big thing that people talk about. Okay, so I'm weight training. I'm weight training, and I am gaining muscle. Right. Muscle. People say it weighs more than fat. It doesn't. It's more dense. So you can get a smaller amount of muscle will weigh the same as a larger amount of fat. So, but anyway, so if I start to gain muscle through weight training, right, that is also going to help me lose some weight. But let's say I start off at 80 kilograms. I lose 2 kilograms of fat, but I gain 5 kilograms of muscle. That's going to put me on 93 kilograms. I go to my weekly weigh-in at Weight Watchers at Slimming World, and they go, oh, you've put on 3 kilograms. What's happened? They don't understand it and they don't look at it, okay? Because in actual fact, I've succeeded massively. I've lost weight and I've gained muscle. I'm stronger, I'm fitter, I'm healthier. I'm winning in all areas, but because it's not weight, they don't care. And that's so toxic, because instantly as well, it puts emphasis on the myth that weight training is like not good for women. Like, don't do weight training. Like, but I mean, that's something that's a whole other thing that we can chat about. So that's my big gripe on those two groups and sort of diets and stuff like that in general. Now, let's talk weight training versus cardio. Okay, this is another big thing that people talk about. What is better for weight loss, cardio or weight training? 100% weight training. Here's why. I go for a run every single day. I don't, but if I did, and let's say each run burned 200 calories, fine, right? Weight training pushes your muscles harder than cardio. So they're straining. They need more energy. What happens when you need more energy and you burn through that? You burn through more calories. Okay, so not only do you burn more calories through weight training and decent weight training, okay, done the right way, but you have potential to tear that muscle and develop that muscle and grow that muscle, so you are becoming stronger. So again, you're hitting things in two areas. You're not just looking at the weight loss, you're looking at the muscle gain. So weight training is better. Let me just try and, I realise it's a little bit sunny. Try and sort this out a sec. Try and tuck that behind there. There we go. I reckon that's better. That's a bit better. Nice. Okay. Right, the old chat doesn't seem to be working very well. So how about we just get rid of that for now. It's linking with Twitch, but it's not linking with Facebook, so no worries. Let's just get rid of that. Let's go big screen. Let's go big screen. So, yeah, so weight training is better than cardio overall. Okay, if you want to lose weight, weight training is better. Oh, but Alex, if I lift weights and I train weights, I'm going to get big and I'm going to get bulky and I'm not going to look feminine. No, you're not. Absolutely, no, you're not. Okay. I understand that you've probably seen pictures of very muscular women. I'm telling you now, the amount of training needed to look like that, you will never do. Like, it is harder for women to develop that kind of musculature look, okay? For various hormonal and just the way we're built reasons, testosterone and everything like that, is, we don't need to delve into it. But you're not gonna end up looking like that. What you will look like is more toned. So this brings us nicely onto the toned look. So pretty much every female I've ever trained, when I've said, what's your goal, has said something along the lines of, I want to lose weight and tone up. Okay. Now, toning up, again, is an industry word that doesn't mean anything. It makes no sense. Okay. When you say toned up, what people think in their heads is a firmer look. A firmer look, more tone, firmer look, right? So let me break this down in a way that I show people just to super duper understand it. So this is really childish, I know, but it's effective to understand it. So let's say this cup is your bone, okay? The paper is your skin or fat, and in between that is where you've kind of got like your muscle and stuff like that, right? So if this isn't exactly true, but it's a way to get you to easily understand how the body works. So if I was to just do some cardio training, right, I would reduce, so I'm going to tighten this up a little bit, I would reduce the amount of fat, okay? And you might end up like this. Okay, we've all seen pictures of extreme weight loss where people end up with saggy skin and stuff like that. That's basically it. If all you do is concentrate on food and pure weight loss, you'll lose weight 100%. But toning, this is where you develop the muscle underneath it. And look what happens. Okay, so that was normal. This is going to be weight loss through cardio. Now this is weight loss with weight training. Firm. That's toning. Okay? You're developing the muscle to create a tighter body, and that's toning. Okay? So what is toning? It is weight loss, well, more importantly, it is fat loss combined with the development of muscle. So what do you need to do in order to tone? You need to lift weights and lose body fat. And what one thing does both of those? Weight training. Okay. So you can knock all of these goals out of the park just through weight training. There you go. Cardio training. Guess what that helps? That helps develop your cardio. Okay, super simple. Right? If you want to be able to run longer or do an activity for longer, like in essence, that's your cardio. So practice it and you'll be able to go for longer. Okay, that is cardio. That's the essence of what cardio is. Okay, so we've talked about weight training versus cardio. We've talked about diets. We've talked about that the actual main thing overall is how you feel, not about the numbers. If you feel good, fantastic. Okay, I couldn't care less if you weighed 8 stone or 80 stone. If you're happy, that's the main thing for me. If you're happy but you want to lose some weight, absolutely fine. There's lots of things out there that can help, including us. But the main thing is that you are happy. By far, that is the most important thing. Okay. So moving on, let's talk calories, because I've already mentioned calories are king. They're super important, and they are the thing that will enable you to lose weight, gain weight. It's all about that calorie deficit. All right. So there are lots of things that accumulate how many calories you burn a day, and this is the number that you kind of need to know in order to figure out how much you can eat to be in a calorie deficit. Okay, so the first number we look at is your BMR, your basal metabolic rate. Very super simple terms. Basically, the amount of calories your body will burn naturally to survive. To like just sitting around doing nothing all day is the natural amount of calories your body will burn. Basal metabolic rate, your baseline metabolic rate. In essence, super simplified version of it, but that is what it is. Then you have NEAT, okay, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is all of the little random things that you do throughout the day, right, that having a shower, whatever, that are little bits of movement. It is twiddling a pen, it is waving, it is having a scratch, bringing a fork up, right? All of this will burn calories, very little, but throughout the day, totally adds up, totally adds up. So you've got your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You also have your TEF, which is your thermic effect of food. So don't know if you knew this, but when you eat food, you burn calories to process it. Okay, your body will naturally do that. Excuse me 1 second, I'm just going to skip this song. Let's go for a bit more chilled vibes. There we go. Okay. So there's that. All right. There's that side of things that you have there. The thermic effect of food. And all of these add up to how many calories you burn. And I guarantee you, you burn way more calories than you think. Okay, the amount of people who I've put on a calorie target of north of 2,000 calories, and they've looked at that like, what? No way. And they're telling me that they eat 1,000 calories a day. Okay, that is unsustainable, unhealthy weight loss. Okay, because your basal metabolic rate, let's just say that is 1,500. Just the amount your body needs to do its jobs, basically. If you constantly eat under that, you're going to do your body harm. So you need to pay attention to that number. And then you have everything else added on top of that. Then you have the exercise added on top of that. So before you know it, you could be hitting 2,500, 3,000 calories if you do some exercise, which means if you're burning 3,000 calories, you need to eat 2,500 to be in a calorie deficit that is healthy and sustainable. Right? It's madness, but I guarantee you burn through way more calories than you think. Way more calories than what you think. speaking of calories, so one thing that we promote a lot in the Pocket PT is steps and getting your step count up, right? And that is really simply, you do 10,000 steps and you will burn roughly 500 calories. Roughly 500 calories. So right there is your deficit. So if you, without those steps, burn 2,500 calories and you eat 2,500 calories, you're at maintenance level. But then you do 10,000 steps a day. Suddenly you're burning to 3,000 calories, but you're only eating 2,500 calories. So there's your 500 calorie deficit. Boom, do that every day. There's your pound a week of fat loss. You're losing weight, you're succeeding. Happy days. Okay, and there's so many things like that that you can do. Now, one of the other things we do, we call it bolt-ons. Now, it is not the be-all and end-all. If anything, it is there to help the mindset get into a positive one. It is to increase activity levels, not exercise levels, activity levels, getting your body moving. So one, they're a great place to start if you haven't worked out in a long time and you just need little steps just to get you more active. And they are things like doing squats while you're brushing your teeth, doing squats while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, you know, while you're cooking food, while you're waiting for it to cook. Lean on the counter, do some press ups. Okay, they are bolt-ons. You might do 10, you might do 20. They're not gonna absolutely annihilate you and leave you feeling breathless and like you can't move afterwards, but they will increase your activity. Okay, which also might not be a lot, but it will add to your calorie burn. So all positive things that help and work towards success. Okay, so we've talked about kind of the bare bones of what you need to do in order to succeed. You know, calorie deficit, looking at what you eat, doing some weight training, setting your targets, getting some steps in, doing bolt-ons, right? We've talked about quite a few things. Now, when it comes to actually setting your goals, this is the big one. This is a big, huge one, especially when it comes to positivity and the likelihood that you will succeed in this goal. So if anyone is watching this now or watching it back later on, this is probably the one thing that you need to pay attention to, listen to, and remember. This one thing. If this is going to do it, this is the thing, right? If I ask you what your goal is, majority of people will say, I want to lose some weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. I've got a wedding coming up. I've got a holiday coming up. I want to lose some weight. Okay, it is a perfectly legitimate goal to have. I want to lose X amount of weight in X amount of time before X event. That is a very usual goal that I have people ask me. Well, tell me. So, one of the first questions I ask them is, why is that important to you? Why is that goal so important to you? What would happen if you didn't reach that goal? How would you feel? And these questions open up a broader range of responses, because what I'm trying to do is personalize your goal. Everyone can have a goal that is, I want to lose weight in this amount of time for this event. Everyone can have that. But why is it important to you that you lose this weight? And I've also had various responses to these questions. And when you ask why, and you really get down to the emotional content of the goal, you end up having reasons like, I'm not confident in myself anymore. I'm not happy. And these are the ones that you need to look at. So realistically, your goal isn't to lose weight. It's to be more confident, or it's to be happy, right? So suddenly you're changing the narrative. You don't want to lose weight. You want to be happy. You want to be in control. You want to... You see where I'm going with this? So suddenly it's not about the weight loss anymore. So we won't always train you for that. We won't always get you to focus on that. If your goal is to fit into a size 12 dress because you used to be able to, you can't anymore, you've lost a lot of confidence in yourself, you want to regain that confidence to feel good about yourself, okay, then the way we can look at that is completely different. Yes, you'll still get calorie targets, we'll still give you training to do, but we won't measure your success solely on the weight, the body fat, or anything like that. Okay, it is going to be dress sizes, it is going to be confidence levels, it is going to be, right, you've achieved this, let's reward you with this. So you used to go dancing, I don't know, let's just take this as an example. You used to go dancing all the time, but now you've put on weight, you're not feeling confident enough, you don't want to. So it's like, right, okay, fine, let's break this down. Let's get you practicing dancing at home. Let's get you doing the thing you want to do at home. Practice it, make it part of your routine. It's going to help increase activity, increase calorie burn. So it's going to be good for you. So let's do that first. Let's incorporate that into your workouts. Then, once you've hit a certain level, it's going to be, okay, fine. New reward. Buy something you would want to wear to go dancing in. Okay, whether it's a dress, new shoes, a jacket, I don't know, a top, trousers, whatever. Okay, buy something, okay, that you want to fit into. Now you have a visual goal to work towards. Then we work towards that, and we do it gently, but we're looking at your happiness the whole time. If at any point you're miserable, it's not going well, and we need to look at it. Everyone has ups and downs of motivation. That's absolutely fine. Okay, everyone will have dips and successes and stuff like that. So it's looking at how we can keep that momentum going, how we can keep you feeling good. Far more importantly than, have you lost weight this week? Ultimately, I couldn't care less. If you're happy, that's all that matters. That's the main thing. And I feel there's so many, like, I know so many personal trainers. I know so many industry people. And the amount of times I see trainers who have hundreds and hundreds of before and after photos and stuff like that, and they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Like, and they're extreme. They're extreme. Like, yeah, they look brilliant. They look brilliant. Okay, but they will have been accomplished through extreme harsh conditions, and I know that because I've asked them. What do you do to get your clients results? Really restrictive diet, really intense training program for 12 weeks. Fine. But again, that's a start-stop success story. After those 12 weeks, if they were to stop doing that, what they've been doing, they would put the weight back on or revert back to how they were. So it's a conditional success. You have to keep doing this if you want to maintain that. And this is where a lot of people can't do that, because what they did to get that success is so restrictive, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that throughout their life. They want to have something in place that is going to give them success throughout their life. Okay, and is going to be easier to maintain and stick to and keep up with, and all of those things. So that's the training side of things. Okay, a couple more things and then we'll start wrapping up. Again, as always, anyone that is watching, any questions you've got, pop in the comments and let us know. Hi Cole, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. We are chatting all things fitness. Hope you're doing well. Cole knows what it is to do weight training. So yeah, big up Cole, well done mate, you put in some serious effort with your workouts. So we've kind of discussed a little bit of everything, so two more things well, maybe three things to have a look at: planning, accountability, and weighing yourself. Okay, we're going to save weighing yourself till last. So planning is so important to succeed. Another thing I hear a lot is people saying that they don't have time to fit in these workouts, or to do batch cooking or something like that. So planning is super important. So every weekend we get all of our members to plan their next week and to post it to let us have a look at. That's part 2. We'll put that over there. We'll come back to that in a second. So they plan. So they will look at planning in their workouts, family time, work commitments, anything that they need to plan in for that week is in that plan, right? Along with some time for themselves. Because this is another important thing that potentially, if I do another one of these, we'll talk about that then. But de-stressing is super important as well. And you need to take that time to de-stress. So fitting in time in your plan for that is another key thing to do. All right. Then this thing that I put in this box over here, I'm going to bring that back. Accountability. You need to be accountable for what you're doing. So if you say you plan 3 workouts this week and that's what is in your plan, you need to hold yourself accountable to it. So the way I do it is, if pen touches paper, that's me holding myself accountable, because it's no longer in my head, it's out there. My other half could read my plan and be like, okay, so he's planned a workout today at 3 p.m. Right, so when she comes home from work, did you do that workout at 3 p.m? Now suddenly she's holding me accountable as well. And if I turn around and go, no, 100% no, the next question that comes out of her mouth is going to be, so when are you going to do it? So being good at planning doesn't mean that everything you plan is set in stone and concrete. You need to have the ability to move things around when required. So if you miss a workout but you have Saturday morning free, you'll be able to see that in your plan, and you can be like, right, okay, I didn't do this workout here because this cropped up, I wasn't expecting it, so let's move this over here and we'll do it then. Okay, so that's what you need to do, the accountability. The last thing we're going to talk about, and then we will wrap up. The last thing we're going to talk about is weighing yourself. This is another question I get asked a lot, is how often should I weigh myself? Big question. Lots of different answers for it. Lots of different answers. So when it comes to the accountability of how well you're succeeding, you need to understand your numbers. You need to know your calories, your calorie deficit. You need to know as much information as you can in order to see what's working and what's not working. So let's say you weigh yourself monthly. Let's say, so once a month, okay? Over the course of the year, you're going to have 12 points of information that you can look at and decide whether or not you are succeeding or failing. 12 points. So let's say you start here. Then you weigh yourself next month and you have a bad month, you put on weight. Okay. Then you have a good month, you lose weight. you lose a little bit more the next month. Then you gain just a tiny amount, and then you gain more, right? 12 points is going to give you a very small indication of how well you're succeeding. So do you go weekly? Well, weekly will then give you 52 points of data. In an ideal world, daily is a very good place to weigh every single day. Okay? It will then give you 365 points of information to be able to decipher where you're going right and where you're going wrong. You will be able to see daily, how I put on weight. Right, that means yesterday I must have had more calories than I burned. Simple. How can I adjust that? Right, cool. Let's get on it today. Tomorrow, weigh. Oh, I've lost weight. Right, that works. Obviously, what I did yesterday worked. So I had X amount of calories, and I know I burn X amount of calories. Let's do that again today. Next day, you weigh in. Oh, I lost weight again. Brilliant. Stick to it. Have like a bit of wine and some cookies in the afternoon before going to bed. Next day, I've gone up a little bit. Right, I know where my sweet spot is now. I know what is making me lose weight. So let's follow through with it. It's much harder to do that when you have less data points to work from, weekly or monthly. It's harder to get that and to understand your numbers. But there is a big however. Okay, weighing daily can become obsessive and detrimental to mental health. Okay, so if you are someone who can handle daily weigh-ins, do daily weigh-ins. If you think that is too much for you and you're going to get too obsessive over the numbers, then don't weigh daily. Do weekly, do monthly. Alright? So, that is a bit of info knowledge drop for you. Kind of an introduction to the Pocket PT, an introduction to fitness, lifestyle, the way we work, the way we feel everyone should work. No yo-yo dieting, no easy ways out, just solid effort to create a sustainable lifestyle change. Something that you will be happy with, is not restrictive. You can eat whatever you want. If that sounds good to you, either follow the page if you're on Facebook or click the link in the Twitch chat and to find out more info. All right, but otherwise, thank you very much for tuning in. And if anyone's watching this back later and you've got any comments, comment away and we'll discuss. But have a fantastic day. Work towards your goals. If you need any advice, we're always here. I'll see you soon.